I spent $20,000 to compare the top 2 wildlife systems, and I went outside yesterday to get some nice footage, and don't want to spoil it for you, but I saw a duck. Was not worth it.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So yesterday went out to battle the R5 II with my favorite 800mm 2011 prime. It's a glorious lens, vintage Tone. Beautiful. Just got the new Fuji prime 500mm. I was like, that's the ultimate battle. Before you even say it, oh, that's not fair. The Canon's so much more expensive. It's a more expensive lens versus cheaper lens, more expensive body versus cheaper body, and it weighs itself out, doesn't it? Now, before we get into the footage, here's what it looks like side by side and the specs of the weight. The Canon total weight is 2103. The Fuji's slightly heavier at 2272. But the Fuji feels lighter in the hand because it's better balanced, so the Canon's actually top heavy. And while the Canon can collapse down, it's still actually longer than the Fuji. And cost-wise, $57.48 for the Fuji, $49.98 for the Canon setup. So Fuji's actually slightly more expensive. And what we're gonna learn today is, what's better? The more expensive lens with the cheaper body, or the cheaper lens with the more expensive body? Wow, the lighting on that one. But first impressions, hot damn you, Fuji. The beautiful Fuji science. Look at the sharpness of the eye. You could see into his soul. I swear you can. I'm like, wow. This is just so magic. The colors, the beauty, the fur, 4K 120. Hot damn love. This was all in autofocus. Saw a little nut hatcher up there. Terribly exposed, worst shot of our time, but a little jerky on that stay. We'll get to that. Yeah, it's painful. It's like Panasonic level until you move. Then it's like, oh my God, these little jerks. But I'm just blown away and in heaven. Like, this is filmic quality. It's beautiful, it's sharp, it's stable, it's easy to use. I'm like very happy with it. Like, how do you beat that thing? Well, you could have full frame on your Canon 800mm 2011. Is it as good? The answer is not really. It's not as good. But here's where I'm actually surprised. It's not as sharp, but like, as you'll see, I would do a little 8K versus 4K, then the Canon's sharper. But in the 4K 120, this is why the Canon's like not that great. It's line skipped 4K 120 because it went for super high megapixel. So Fuji's 4K 120 is just cropped in a little bit, and it's a 1:1 readout, I believe, and it's just better done. Whereas the Canon is like an afterthought. Sure, we can do 4K 120, but it's not real. The duck was like, I have a girlfriend, by the way. Did you know that? See, for Fuji, the magical moments happen. You start switching, and it's like, oh yeah, we're a couple, by the way, together forever. We met once at a lake, and we love each other. I protect her with my life. Did you know that story? Canon, I refuse to tell it for Canon. Don't ever bring it out again. When it comes to the HD 240, I've been pretty impressed with Canon. Like, it's pretty sharp, and HD 240 is where you get the magical moments, like this duck drinking, and it leaves water coming out the nose. It's like a filter. It's like, oh wow, never would have noticed that. Like, the best moments are HD 240. This is a deal breaker if it's not good. And Fuji, it's sharper, but noisier for sure. Even though I'm a 5.6 Tony's, oh boy, just being full frame with, oh God damn. But it still looks nice. It's just very noisy. You could clean it up, I'm sure, but I never will. I'll be honest with you, this was one of the most frustrating days. Like, I haven't been out into the forest in months because it's winter, it's hell. I was like, I'm gonna go out, I'm excited to do this, and I was seeing nothing. Like, those first ducks, it was like an hour and a half until I saw this sparrow. I was like, there's nothing anywhere. I saw things flying away from me, and I could hear birds in the background, but whatever. You get a little extra reach on that Fuji, and it's really appreciated for wildlife, especially when this thing's like light years away from you. I was noticing on the Fuji, it's very sensitive manual focus. Like one little movement gets you pretty far, but the birds are excited when the Fuji comes out. They're like, oh my God, I want to be on the Fuji. No, me. He's like, no, come up here. Look, this is the best part. And he turns around. He's like, that's a Fuji, right? Yeah, okay, good. Watch, I'm gonna crack this seed. Look down here what I'm doing. This is how I build my house and feed my family. And he's all excited because he's on a Fuji. It's just magic. Moments happen only on Fuji. He's like, okay, you're gonna catch me here. And then I switch to the Canon. He's like, oh God, what is that? Oh no, I'm out of here. Please don't look at me. And, sir, why are you filming me? Please, I'd like some privacy. I'd rather not be seen right now. I don't believe you have good intentions. Is that the Fuji? No, that's the Canon. I can tell. No, I'm out of here. Let me know when you're bringing the Fuji back. I will leave your life forever. You disgust me. No, thank you. So I'm telling you, something magical happens when the Fuji's out, unless this is your shot. And it's like, no matter what, you think you want like a 2000mm lens, like these are the types of shots you're gonna get. Like that thing was so far away from me, it doesn't matter how much reach you have. It's always gonna look better if you're closer to your bird. But too bad nothing exists in a Canadian winter. When it comes to closest focusing distance, it's pretty close. It's in the ballpark there. Okay, Fuji gets a little closer on that macro ability. It's not close at all. But whatever, I had to back up so far on that Canon. It's the one downside of that lens. And same test in HD 240. It's like the Fuji's just gonna look better because it can get closer. And that's the common theme, like just the colors, the more organic look. I prefer the Fuji look. And that's funny because we're comparing it to full frame and I prefer the crop. And that should never happen, but it is happening. Now, finally, we got some squirrel action here. Unfortunately, I recorded 2 clips in HD 240 somehow instead of 4K 120. So this is 8K versus HD, then a little 4K 120 versus the same HD. Wow, so Canon's sharper on both. Pretty good, that's funny, even though it's a budget lens. And then equalized HD 240 for both. It almost appears that Canon's still sharper. That's unfortunate. Is that possible? No, I don't know. They're similar, but I feel like Fuji's still sharper. No, Fuji wins. And then it happened. I finally got something in focus close to me, and it's a good shot, and it's a squirrel, and it's magical. 8K 60 for the Canon. Wow. Switching on over to the 4K 120 of the Fuji. We punched in closer. It's not as sharp as the 8K 60, obviously, but it is magic. And they were both pretty good. It's just Fuji has a filmic magic, and Canon's more like sharp documentary cartoon. But this is the best comparison of the day. 4K 120 for both. Fuji noticeably sharper. It's just better. So like, I would much rather take the Fuji out. If I have both of these options, I'm thinking, I want some film magic here. I want a nice, like I want to be proud of my footage. I'm bringing the Fuji. When it comes to the HD 240, similar definitely, but Fuji punches in like a 38% crop on top of it. So you're getting like over 1000mm. And yes, it is noisier. It's definitely noisier than the full frame. But I've never hated noise. I literally add it in post. So it's like people are doing noise reduction, I'll do noise addition. But not bad, Fuji. We had some moments, huh? A little sparrow action. We got the Dunnies out the yin-yang, very sharp. This was in autofocus. You can tell it's it hunts a little bit. I could probably work on my settings. I was 3 tracking and 0 speed, which works for most. Look at the sharpness on that. That's not bad. That's punched in like 500%. And yes, HD 240 is slightly noisy. I don't know why it was so noisy, but it was a very dark, cloudy winter day. It's not like we had a ton of light. It was just bad news. So like in the sunshine, that might not look so corrupt, but it's still sharp and beautiful. And the XS20 had way more moire patterns in the bird's feathers, whereas the X-H2S, it's actually better quality, even though its noise is weird. And I don't know, it looks pretty good. So my conclusion, honestly, they're both almost equal. Like, I prefer the Fuji look, but like the Canon, way better autofocus. The stabilization might even be better, which is ironic due to the crop sensor, but I don't know, well, this one doesn't autofocus very good initially. It's really annoying. Like on the Fuji, initially I see a bird, I back button focus on a little square, it gets it, and then I can decide if I want a manual focus, and it's so easy that you just start doing it, and then you're done. And it's like, okay, I'm in manual focus, and the peaking shows up, and it's like, that's perfect. Whereas this, I back button focus, nothing happens ever. I have to manually focus, get it, and then perfect autofocus. Like it'll track anything. And thank heavens, I found a life hack to get around what would otherwise be a Nikon conundrum with this left-handed mode dial. Fuji has a recall button to C1. So C7 is 4K 120, C1 is HD 240, and all I have to do is press a button and it just switches back and forth between the two. That is glorious. Nikon doesn't have that option, so they're out of this whole conversation. Whereas Canon also has that option, but it cycles between many. And sometimes it adds another one. So I have C1, 2, and 3 for 8K, 4K, HD, but then sometimes it goes to my manual setting that I use to film myself. So it's 4 settings, and it's a lot of... Whereas this, I just need the 2, boom, one, the other, simplified. If I'm being honest with you, I feel like the stabilization was better on the 100 to 400, but I do remember it jerking around, but this seems noticeably more jerky with one little movement. It's like, wow, really distracting jumps. Pretty bad, but it feels so good in the hands, perfectly balanced. Not bad. So I'm happy to move forward with just the Fuji, sell off the Canon, and it's not like I'm selling the Canon because it's bad. It's overkill, if anything, but I don't need both. And it's just like Fuji is more humble, and it's not really much cheaper if we're being honest, but it's slightly cheaper. Smaller sensor, so I'm like, oh, you shoot on full frame and I can make fun of you in the future. I love that, even though we're on full frame right now, but ignore that part of this segment. I should have been filming this on the Nikon ZR with 2 of these in my hand showing you, but it hasn't arrived yet because apparently it's shipping from China for no reason whatsoever. It was a Canadian store, but whatever, we'll let that slide. So let me know who you thought won the battle today, humble Fuji or respectable cartoony Canon. And affiliate links are obviously available to take a click sometime down there. So thank you for the Bitcoin donation, Al, and subscribe for more.